Righty. Let's make this happen. I'm trying a few new things here. I don't know if they're going to work, so just have to bear with me if you are a nearby bear, and let me know if something's not working, particularly with the audio. So I'm trying to do a sound thing where there's music streaming online versus off of my thing, Bobop. And I don't know what I'm doing. So I might have to play with settings and do that kind of thing. But everyone's okay with that. I checked. Everyone agreed that that would be an okay thing to try. So we're still playing Pendragon though. That's the important thing. But I might be a little distracted here and there with some technical issues. I have to, like for example, I'm adjusting this duct tape camera to see if it works or if it changes. And we are going to go to, so I don't know if the music I'm playing through this robot is coming through or not. I don't know how I can check that while I'm going, so it might just be that this is a musicless stream. So I'll just try to keep talking, so that maybe won't matter. But yeah, I don't have any way of checking that right now. So I think we'll just have to go with it. Let me check one thing and then I'll be back and I'll get started with the game. This is a big sacrifice for me to stream right now because one of my favorite streamers is streaming the Krollmeister sisters. They normally play Nancy Drew video games. I played some of those in the past. I'm not doing that currently, partially because it's hard for me to play video games. But also, they're doing it, and I much rather just enjoy someone else playing it than actually have to go through it myself. I don't know that I get much more through experiencing that game myself, and they present it very well. So if you enjoy Mystery or Nancy Drew or Snark, they're a little bit snarky, check out the Krollmeister sisters. In fact, you could do that now. I won't be offended if you are watching. If there's someone watching and they're wondering about the Krollmeister sisters, check them out. Alright, so where are we at? We're at Migrants. We're in the second epoch of Pendragon. And it is the Ciuitatis, that's Bonzo here. They are up. So the event, let's read what the event is. Britons flee foreign rule. Drop population -1 in one region with no Britain control to increase population by +1 in one region with Britain control. Huh. So that's kind of fun. And that can be useful, I think, for the Ciuitatis. I've just kind of naturally been drawn towards the idea of concentrating the population in areas that you can control rather than trying to defend all of Britain. And that would do a lot for that. But the problem is she has to give up a full command plus feet in order to do it. And the downside event doesn't matter because the Dukes are the only other player who's going to get to act on this. And the Dukes aren't going to want to add population to Saxon control, especially since they can act on the next card. And it gives them a capability, which is nice. Capabilities are things that they can use throughout the entire game. So if you can get a capability, that's like a new superpower, especially if you get it early on. And we're still fairly early on. It doesn't look like anyone's going to win here right off the bat. We kind of passed by that danger threshold. Of like the Dukes or the Ciuitatis kind of taking it early on. Alright, so what does Bonzo want to do? There's a lot of map to look at here. With no Britain. Oh, that's really cool. So she can essentially just say, like, I don't have to care about this region anymore. The problem is the regions where she could do that are all on the road, except for this Saxon region right there. She could just totally give that up. Put it into... You know what? I think this place was supposed to get a prosperity. Remind me to look at that. I'm going to put a little marker to remind me to look at the population here, because I think the population was 4 at the last epoch stage, which is where you kind of like update everything. And I think there should be more prosperity here as part of the rejuvenation stage or whatever that's called. But I don't want to stop and go over that. I want to think about migrants. Okay, well, it's always best before deciding whether or not to go in on an event to think about what you could do instead. So let's go ahead and do that. She has muster, march, trade, battle. None of those are... Trading's nice. It gives her a lot of money. Rule is good. But it's better if she has a refugees marker. She could invite to get some more defense. She's got this going on. So you have to forgive me. It would probably be better if I like sat and got myself acclimated to what's going on and then started streaming, but I don't allocate the time to do that. I don't have the time to do that. I think she might take the event. Let the Dukes kind of decide what to do next. They'll probably pass, but I think she's going to take the event. Just really control is what she's concerned about. Control and wealth. Oh, but the rule. Let's look at rule again closely. Rule. Because she wants to get her wealth up so that she can keep in civilian dominance in the government on the Imperium track there. Yeah, they're low on resources. She could trade and rule, or she could just get an extra population moved over to somewhere. I think she's going to actually do the trade plus rule. Okay, so the command is she's going to trade at +1 Britain resources per town and target spaces. It doesn't matter, just one. Okay. And she has 11. It's going to give her 11. Puts her up to 32. And then she can convert 2 in 3 spaces with Britain control. She can convert 2 Britain resources into 1 wealth. So she can go back down 6, 2, 4, 6, and add 3 to her wealth. That's not bad. That's a nice event, though. She's going to be kicking herself. It's partially because I am not acclimated to the board yet that she chose that. And I'm going to feel guilty about that, but I kind of feel this forward momentum. Like I have to kind of keep doing stuff. I can't spend forever on each decision, which I think is a good policy. The Dukes are going to pass. They're not that excited about that activity, and they're first on the next card, so why not do that? Care Legion. Oh, they're first on the next card too. Okay, so what's this capability they have to think about? Sorties in field battle, cavalry may withdraw into fort or town immediately after charge ambush. That's pretty cool. So that means that they can like attack and they attack first. They always attack first in field battle unless someone else is ambushing as well. And the barbarians have to roll in order to do that. They can attack and then go into a fort before they can like receive the punishment. And then if they want to punish them for the attack, then they have to like raid the fort or like take over the fort, which is much harder because the forts have defenses. I think it's pretty hard not to take that up, especially if things are going to go into fragmentation, or even if they're not. That's just such a nice thing. So go ahead and take that card, and we're going to mark it with a B. put in the oven for Sarge and me. All right, so that's going to give the Saxons the ability to see. Here's where I think that Dougie, who is our Saxon, is going to want to pass because he's going to be first on the next card. We took the event. And if he passes, he's going to give the Saxons an opportunity to do some stuff. The Saxons aren't really a threat right now, and they're kind of like, they're not totally allies, but they're essentially both trying to cause problems for the Britons. So if he can just let the Saxons run rampant over here, then he's going to get to act on the next card first and be able to do kind of the same thing from this direction. So they can kind of both be like, rah, 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 rah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And plus, he gets a renown for passing. So why not do that? All right, so that's going to be it. No, it's not going to be on the card because the Scotty, which is Doc here, Doc gets to act. Now, kind of the standard flow of barbarian action is raid, return. Seems like you'd want to do that right now. So probably a return plus settle. So one space with Scotty pieces outnumbering all others. If at, and this is, I'm reading settle right now. If at or adjacent to returning raiders, roll 1d6 for each raider. On a 5-6, place a Scotty warband in the elected space. Then he can pay 3 renown to place 1 Scotty warband per settlement. That's not, well, that could happen here. He could get some warbands down there. Or replace 2 Scotty warbands with a Scotty settlement at an empty site. So this place with the most raiders is right there. So what he could do is he could get a settlement down here and roll to place warbands here. I think is probably his best move. Because he wants to stick to the hills. And this is a fairly safe spot since there's only Ciwatatis there. They're not, and they just have militia and a hill fort and not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and do the return first for all the other spaces, and then we'll go back. So it's 1 renown, 2 renown, 3 renown. So what's happening here is they're returning and they're bringing their plunder back, which gives them renown, which is essentially the currency of the barbarian. 2 more renown. Look at this go up. And the Scotty, if I remember correctly, they want renown plus. They want to have like a butt ton of renown, 45, and then to have 4 settlements on the map. All right, and then finally here, give them their renown. Then we have 8 die rolls we get to make. 5s or 6s is what we're looking at for warbands. So here's the first die roll. That's a 4. The Saxons, incidentally, would get a warband on a 4, but the Scotty don't get warbands as easily. There's one. Another 4. Hey, we're rolling high. 4 more. We'll just count down now. Nope. 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 Sorry, prosperity. Nope. All right, so we got 2 warbands out of that. I don't think you're going to want to try to convert that into anything else. I think we'll just deal with it. Probably would have been better to return them there, but Doc didn't think of that, and neither did I. So that's going to be the turn, or the card. And we're going to look at the Saxons and the Ciwatatis. We'll see what they're going to do with the Classis Britannica. All right, so here the Scotty get to act first. Set all seas to no patrol. That's pretty good. So if all seas are no patrol, that means they can raid from the sea without having to worry about any sea patrols. That is pretty exciting for the Saxons. What would they do otherwise? We always have to ask ourselves that. So what would Dougie do otherwise. Dougie would... I don't think he'd want to return. I think he would raid. And Atrabates looks pretty ripe for raiding. Can't raid where he is. Let's talk to Dougie. I know we looked at Dougie last time, I think, but Dougie's a cab driver, like to be a pro bowler, too forgiving in nature, doesn't like drunken customers in his cab. He'd like to meet Dan Quayle. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. He's most proud of his son and daughter. Reputation in high school, average. 3 words that describe him are handsome, aggressive, intelligent. Okay, so that aggressive makes me think he wants to do some raiding rather than just set it to no patrol. He's not going to worry about the patrols. So, those patrols do matter. If you take away the patrolling, you can just kind of strike anywhere along here, right? I think you can go up here too. And there's no decrease in raiders. So what the patrol does is it decreases the number of raiders that actually arrive. When you raid, you call out to your barbarians and say, who wants to come help with this raid? You spend some renown to do that. Put your reputation on the line. And then if you're coming in from the ocean, they have to deal with the patrol boats of the Romans. If they're coming from the settlement, they don't have to deal with that. Now, he already has a settlement, so that's less of an issue. But it's still kind of exciting to be able to just kind of hit from anywhere. So this although it's not marked as a capability, it's essentially a capability because it makes them all unpatrolled. And I'm not aware of a mechanism other than other events that will set them to patrolled again. Especially these two, because it's kind of assumed they're going to be patrolled through the whole game. Unless I'm missing something, which is also quite possible. There are lots of little things in this game, just like a lot of games. And sometimes I miss them because I'm fallible, and I'm hasty, and I accept that, and I just try to deal. So, just nice in this scenario because no one's going to get hurt by it. The real people, they're very forgiving. I hope you are too. Okay, so if he raided, he would definitely raid here. Which would be really nice. See, he doesn't really have much of a... He could deep raid here, actually, and not have any problems, because there's just one little federati there. And then that would set him up to return later. And they can't even intercept in there. This is kind of a nice opportunity. I think this is better for him, and he's intelligent, so he agrees. Okay, so we're going to deep raid right here. We're going to do the full diamond, so then he can settle right in the heart of the road system. That is aggressive. And we'll do a smaller raid here where he just pays 1, because he needs some more renown right now. So really, he just needs a decent roll. And then... He doesn't want to do a bunch of little raids because that's just going to cost renown and they'll probably get intercepted. That might be all he wants to do. So raiding here, he'll just get intercepted. Raiding here unless he goes really big, unless he gets a really good roll. Or, he is aggressive. He's going to go here too because they might be able to... evade the attack. Alright, so let's go ahead and roll. We're going to borrow one from the Scotty here. This one's our little one. We'll do our little one first. That costs him 1 renown. Oh, only gets 1 little raider. I'll take care of it. He gets 1 prosperity. Go ahead and remove that. Then... Or was this one? No, this one we were going to do the whole thing. This one we're going to do the little one. Alright, sorry. So we got the 1. I'll roll 2 more. Alright, that's better. 7 more. He's actually running out of raiders. 5, 6, 7. If you're watching and you can hear music, tell me. And if you're watching and you can't hear music, also tell me. Because I would like to know how that's working. or how it's not working. Though maybe that would just be a distraction right now. He's going to get 3 raiders here. That's what he needed, and we need to pay another 2 for before. He's actually running out of raiders, though you can always take from here, I suppose. Those have been there for a while. Should they have returned? I don't understand why they have a money. Oh, because Bonzo did that event. That's right. All right, then we'll go right here, and that's going to be 6 raiders. We are going to borrow a few. By a few, I mean 2. So I guess a couple. And how many did we take off the map? We took 2, 4, 6, 7 off the map. No, we didn't take that. That was already off the map. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 7. I just counted from different places. No, this one, these were already here. So 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, nice move. You did your deep thing. This Federati could attack them, but doesn't really want to because it would just die, and it wouldn't do much. You know, just killing a couple raiders doesn't really do much if they're not carrying any loot. All right, so the Ciuitatis. Okay, so this is a motivation or a, forget the word for it. It's something that goes away at the next epoch. We're getting kind of close, so I don't know that the Ciuitatis, the Bonzo wants to do that. I really don't know what to do with the Ciuitatis half the time. I don't know what to do when they're in a position where they just have a little thing to do. I guess maybe because it's map oriented. Do they want to march somewhere? Do they want to muster a couple of militia on the map? Do they want to trade to get a couple? They could get $1, which they get 3 if they pass, so there's no reason to do that. Do they want to battle? I don't think they want to battle. Do they want to march? Maybe they want to march. Yeah, because to muster, you need to march. And maybe they want to try to get Atrabatis back. And they could just march some pieces from here. They don't want to march too many, though. But then they can get a hill fort there and start to take control back. I think that's what they want to do. All right. You have to admit that you don't understand before you can understand. And then you have to admit that you still don't understand so that you can keep understanding further. You never want to stay still in understanding is what I believe I understand. But I probably am not right, so I have to think of something else. All right. So they marched down there. That cost them 2. And then we are on to the next card. Dukes and Scotty on Romanitas. And what's our next event? Anona. Army integration. In one region, replace all red Federati pieces. Okay, so you can just shift it. Shift the Federati to... Oh, that's actually pretty cool, actually. So, that's really cool. So, we could take these Federati off, put down a fort, and I thought it would be like you could swap the... Because I talked instead of reading. Sometimes it's better not to talk, but since you're streaming, you're kind of supposed to talk all the time. Otherwise, the people get so tired of you. So you get to swap these Federati, and I'm pointing here because this is probably where I choose, or here, where you get the most bang for your buck. You get to swap them for the red pieces. So it's basically you're kind of Romanizing the barbarians, and they're like full cavalry and a full fort instead. This one would be pretty cool because it would guard the sea better. This one would be cool because it's like such a large piñata and it's kind of weakly defended right now since the militia just marched south. And the bad one is replace each cavalry with 1 warband and each fort with 1 settlement. That's not so good. In one region, any one region. And the Scotty would get to do that. Skip next to Nona? What does that mean? Sorry, I got distracted by the next card. Because he maybe has to think about that. But I think he needs to act on this card because he does not. So he's either going to do a full command, which would probably be to intercept. And there are lots of barbarians out there to intercept. Did I? I meant to return these guys. Yeah. There's lots of Saxon barbarians out there to intercept. Or he could take this event, which I think is kind of cool. And the Scotty aren't going to get much off this next thing. But if he doesn't intercept right now, all of this plunder is going to go off the map. I think he might want to just do a straight up intercept and, you know, go for the short term. I think so. Though maybe we should talk to Sarge. Let's talk to Sarge. We don't want to avoid talking to Sarge. Filmmaker, skydive in the rain, web toes, sand between his toes, David Lynch, could be worse. Paintings he's done. Yeah, he's restless, eclectic, lively. Alright. That tells me he's going to still do this full command. It's kind of what I thought. You know, you get kind of impressions of the people over time. Sometimes it helps to check back, to remember to check back with them and get that information and do it that way. Okay, so we're going to do some intercepting, move his pieces around. He doesn't have enough cavalry, though. Nah, really, he's not going to be able to protect Rome without doing more. All right. No, we're going back. We're going back. We're doing the event. And we're going... I think it's more important to have a fort here. Get some cavalry down. All right, Scotty are going to do the thing. Command plus full feet. Or full command plus feet. And raid is kind of their only option right now. Alright, so where are we raiding? Let's get our gray pawns. I think we'll probably raid and ransom still. I don't think we're gonna... Yeah, and they just have to do little twerkets. So we'll just do little twerkets for free. And also ransom. So we're gonna be rolling 1d4s. Let's use the white ones for the twerkets. And the gray ones. Where are all my white pawns? Are they underneath something? Ah, they're over here. Alright, so we'll do a twerk it up here. Because it's like, why not? It's free. Right? What oceans does he have available to him? Yeah, he can do this ocean over here. Alright. Let's go ahead and twerk it over here. Make him work for it. And Parsi is very well protected. We'll twerk it here. If you want to intercept me, fine. You spend the money to do it. Twerk it here. He's just going to be a little annoying. That's what he's going to do. It's not going to cost him a thing, and he's going to ransom from everybody. You might as well do it here, too. Just going to ransom from everybody. Okay. Oh, yeah. We'll twerk it up here. This one's also a twerk it. By twerk it, I mean he's not spending any money, and he only gets to roll 1d4 to put down raiders. But the forts aren't in play because there's no patrols on this ocean. Ha-ha! Scotty! Four. Oh, you know, he's going to twerk it this one too. Sorry. He just puts 2 down to bother these guys. Actually, they act as kind of defenders for his war bands too. Bower. That's the number you want for right there. Oh, and yeah, we're gonna go here too. 3. I don't know why I marked it. It should have just been every available spot. And here, still gonna twerk it. I was thinking maybe not to twerk it. But he's going to anyway. Down here. Nice. Getting some good rolls. Getting some raiders on the map. Not that it matters, because they'll just be, if he wants to get the goods from the twerk it, he is going to, oh, I forgot one up here. He's going to have to bring them home anyway. Another 4. They have heard about Doc and how cool his beard is. And they're all coming. They're coming to the grand British twerk it. Get all the markers? Probably. Alright, so how much prosperity is taken from the land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Huge. That is going to make Sarge mad. 52 goes down to 41, 40. Alright, now we have to roll the ransom still. 5s or 6s, and he gets money also from the controlling faction, which is the Britons in all cases. Nope. There. Yes. Let's do it so we don't forget. Here. Nope. 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 Alright, he got a whole renown off of the ransom. And that's going to do it for that card. We're going to go to Anona. Now we do it on time. We're doing okay. We're going to have to be done here soon, or else take a break. Maybe a break would be good. So this skip next Anona. Are there multiple cards named Anona? Oh no, Anona is a phase, right? It's a phase of, right. That's where you pay the Federati off and do a couple other things. But mainly it's paying the Federati off. So not a bad little one-time thing. Or the counter thing is that they have to pay the Anona right now. I'm going to take a little break and then come back. And I made this thing for while you're waiting. And maybe I'll put on some music. I set different audio settings for when I was away, but I guess the audio settings are the same no matter what scene you're on. You can change what they see, but I don't know if... You know what I'm going to do instead of this? I'm actually going to stop for now and come back so that I can check to see if the sound thing's working. Because if it's not, I'm going to play some more Joe D'Agostino.